Have you ever thought that the movies and cartoons we watch have some references hidden in them? Yes, this can sometimes appear in scenes where we don't even notice. And sometimes they go unnoticed by many people. These animations that we see in cinema are produced by the work and effort of many people who invest time and energy to achieve a good result. Although films go through many revisions before the premiere, sometimes mistakes go unnoticed and make it to the final version, which we see in the cinema. And today you're going to know the 25 mistakes you didn't notice in animation movies. Are you ready? So grab the popcorn and let's go! In one of the film's scenes, Divertidament, an 11-year-old girl named Riley appears in a scene where she is standing in the classroom, and we can see that on her desk there is a blue book on top of the other notebooks. But as soon as she sits down, another mysteriously brown notebook appears. Strange, huh? When Marlin arrives at the dentist's office to save his son in Finding Nemo, there is a poster of an alligator next to the window. Sometime later, when the dentist fights with the pelican and tries to scare it away, the poster simply moves as if it were a simple step of magic. Did Dory take it? That we will never know. Just like in many series and drawings, there are these types of errors, and it would not be different with the movie Toy Stories, where it presents Andy leaving the dolls Woody and Buzz. We all know the Toy Story movie, don't we? In the film, there are several references and hidden surprises that go unnoticed by us. When Andy leaves Woody and Buzz at the table, it becomes clear that there is nothing left with them together. And suddenly a black billiard ball known as the 8-ball appears. Okay, did you know about this one? Answer here in the comments. In the film Tangled, at the beginning of the film we have her playing hide and seek with her faithful chameleon Pakel. And in one of the scenes we can see a potted plant with a design, but then the design simply disappears. However, the compilation of fun moments that are left out of the main content do not appear only in live-action works, but also in animations, as lovers of Pixar and Disney cartoons were able to notice in the first feature films of the studio. Also in the movie The Incredibles, where they fight their villain, Mrs. Incredible is shown holding a controller that would be used against the villain. But as soon as she presses the button, she misses the place she was supposed to press it and ends up pressing another button. Could it be the heroin pressure she had? In Monstros S.A., we can see a largely unnoticed mistake when Sullivan puts Boo's things in the closet. We repair with the number 193, but then whoever he moves away from, the number is changed to the number 190. In Toy Story, we can see Woody and Buzz leaning on the drawer and leaving the drawer open to hide, but when Andy arrives in the room, the drawer magically closes by itself. Maybe his sister had closed? We see in Ratatouille, the film also has some recording errors, where the little mouse Remy appears cooking and the pot in which he is making his delicious dish appears in a scene where he has the pan with a rounded mouth, then where he is putting the spices, the pan has a straight mouth. Now we see in The Lion King where Timo is starting his music, but look at this. He didn't have these clothes before. Where does this Hawaiian necklace come from? Going back to the movie in Divertidament, remember Riley? In the scene where she is running with her toy, a white thread appears, but then the thread turns black. In the movie Finding Nemo, Nemo's father sees some balls and decides to pick them up, but look at his fins. The scales are on the top side, but as soon as he picks them up, the scales are on the bottom side. It wouldn't be different with Frozen's movie too. In one of the most emotional scenes of the movie, Prince Hans appears holding a sword, but as soon as he approaches Elsa, nothing appears in his hands. And you? Do you know of any mistakes in the Frozen movie? Leave it in the comments. Already in the movie Tangled by Princess Rapunzel, Flynn Rider hurts his hand on the rocks, and already in the other scene he appears with his hand without any injury. Only she still hadn't healed him with her magic hair. What happened then? But in the movie Despicable Me, at the beginning of the movie there is already a boy in which he falls into the inflatable pyramid. And we can see him holding his toy plane in his left hand. But just as he is flying back, the toy plane mysteriously appears in his right hand. Did he have time to change hands? Comment in the comments. In another scene from Despicable Me, Gru appears in front of Vector's house, right? That Mr. Gru is wearing glasses on his forehead before the explosion happened. But as soon as he comes back, his face in the eye area is marking, as if he was used on his face. In another scene, we also see the girls going to talk to Mrs. Hattie. In this, we see a tape on the floor indicating for them not to get too close. But then after you have spoken to them, we can even see Agnes almost climbing on the table, and also the tape disappears. Is it another mistake? In another scene, we see Gru talking to his faithful minions, and they pick up weapons and explosive bombs. The only minion who is holding a missile appears in another scene, which he is bigger. But when he goes back to the interior scene, there aren't even big minions there, or maybe he ran away so he wouldn't get scolded by Gru. And in the part where he goes out with the girls to have some fun, we realize that in the roller coaster carts, the carts have that iron bar to hold. But when they come back, there is no longer the iron bar there. Gru holds it in his own cart. Could it have broken? Or did something else happen? But hey guys, did you know that? Leave your like and comment here in the comments, and share with your friends if you liked it, and with your enemies if you thought something was missing, and activate the bell so you don't stay out of several adventures and mysteries here on the channel. Real facts awaits you. Bye!